video talk, bitch, we're talking video talk. Get your video talk. You best subscribe. You best subscribe or die. You best subscribe or dive to video talk.
Alright, you guys, welcome back to the video talk, and nice to be back. I was taking some holiday last Sunday, but now I am back. Hey, last Sunday I did a podcasting and I will post it in the community section. If you don't know what a community section is in YouTube, ask me. But I did a hour-long podcasting, so I will put it up for you guys to listen to the in the podcast. It was a nice chat session, but I will reveal it which podcast it is later on. So how the hell are you? Who is here? No chat messages, at least for now, but hey, I think there's at least 9 other people in the chat. Yeah. So how you have been? Yeah, it's very hot here in Finland, of course, and I went bicycling yesterday and today and ate some pizzas and whatnot, and I have been watching films, of course, obviously, and now I have a bunch of 4K films that I need to update with you guys, so hopefully you have about an hour of your time to listen to the chat, and remember, it's a video talk and it's a live broadcast, so you can talk with me, and if you're watching it as a recording, you can make your comments in the comment section. And remember, if you don't have time to watch it live, I will cut some of these clips as their own separate clips, so you can watch them later. Okay, hello, Volunteer is in the house. How the hell are you, Mr. Volunteer? And good evening to you too. Yeah. So the podcast is They Live by Film, and it was from Texas, and it was a guy called Chris interviewed me in the podcast. But like I said, I will put when I have the link, I will put it in the later. I will put it in the community section and also in the Facebook if you are following Video Talk in Facebook, so you can find the podcast episode there. Hey, JK is in the house. JK was last night, he was in Tampere also. I was meant to see him, but yeah, I got caught in the yard party. There's a restaurant in my apartment yard, so they was having some party there. I kinda stuck around there. Then I got tired and went to sleep and didn't see no damn JK, so sorry about that, guy. Feeling good, except that I watched Necromantic 2 yesterday. Volunteer, you are a bad motherfucker, yeah. I have seen Necromantic 1 and 2. I have seen them in cinemas, both of them, in Cinemadrome Film Festival. I think the year was 2015 when they were showing in Cinemadrome those films. And I gotta tell you, Necromantic 1 is a hell of a lot better than Necromantic 2. I think Necromantic 2 is like a preposterous, it's a like pretending to be this kind of very deep art film, but it is overly long and it is very boring. Exactly, Volunteer says 100 minutes. Come on, man. Yeah, it's too long. I think Necromantic 1, that was a good length of the film. I think it was well under 80 minutes, that film. Maybe even 70 minutes, if I remember correctly. But it was a very short film, Necromantic 1. Necromantic also started the subgender Necromcom. What's that? Necromcom. Is it probably it's got something to do with the corpse making love to a corpse, but not necessarily my cup of tea. But hey, everybody likes everything, so who am I here to judge people's opinions? So Magic 69 came to the house. also with JK and Volunteer. Who else is there? And yeah, hey, Vinegar Syndrome package, I will tell a couple of words about that. Vinegar Syndrome package is coming. I'm a Vinegar Syndrome subscriber and did order like a bag full of films. And when I see this, the package tracking, now it says that my package is currently it is in Köln Airport, FedEx Centrum Köln. So that is in Germany. So I don't think that probably it's not gonna come tomorrow, not even day after. And luckily it will come, next week. But here in Finland it's not a full week. Friday is day off. It is one of those rare holidays in Finland, which is, bound to certain weekday because it's midsummer here. Juhannus. So Friday is off for everybody. It's a holiday. It's a bank holiday here in Finland. So I doubt that this Vinegar Syndrome package will arrive next week. But if it does, I will do unboxing. But if it doesn't, next Sunday I won't do the broadcast. So that is the deal right now. So, but hey, let's move on and start this show. And first of all, I got this Amazon package, and this I have not yet shown to you. So consider this this is an unboxing because oh yeah, here what we have, it's a steel book, brand new steel freaking book of Cliffhanger, and this is the 30th year anniversary special edition from Sony Pictures Entertainment. And I was pretty excited about this new 4K release. I know it's come out on 4K already from Studio Canal, but they promised here a new 4K master, and also they promised 70 new deleted scenes. And hey, as you may or may not know, Cliffhanger was very heavily cut by MPAA back in the day. Originally it received NC-17 from the MPAA, and Rennie Harlin, the director, had to cut this film down quite a bit. And there is a pirate tape around which contains these uncut clips, and that is even on YouTube. Unfortunately, that tape is like in very, very, very poor quality. I don't wanna even show it in this broadcast because the quality of that video is so goddamn shitty. But if you're interested, you can see that clip from YouTube. If you search for Cliffhanger uncut scenes, you can see the uncut scenes. So naturally I thought that this 30-year anniversary release is gonna include all these. There's gonna be like a HD master of this this tape which contains this unrated material. Previously there has been a special edition that includes deleted scenes, but these are not deleted scenes that we are interested about. So okay, let's see if this thing really had these extra violent, gory scenes with it. But first of all, let's talk about a little bit about the film, because this is a film directed by Rennie Harlin, and it got released in the year 1993. And as you may or may not know, Rennie Harlin is a Finnish movie director, about only one who has gone to foreign countries. Okay, Timo Vuorensola is one of those guys too, but I wouldn't compare him at all. Nearly at all with Rennie Harlin, because Rennie Harlin has made some big movies. He made Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4, Fort Fairlane, he made Die Hard 2, Cliffhanger, Long Kiss Goodnight, Cutthroat Island, the legendary flop, and Driven and whatnot. But he's made a big career in Hollywood for himself, and currently he went to China make movies. I have not seen any of Rennie's Chinese films. Was it Skid Marks or Skip Tracks or something with Jackie Chan? I ain't seen it. Feel free to comment if is that something to look forward to. I don't know. But I don't know what's Rennie is currently doing right now. I once even saw Rennie Harlin. I got his autograph. We went to this special screening where they showed Nightmare on Elm Street 4. And the first film, no, it was Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4, yeah. But never mind this. Let's talk about Cliffhanger. So, in this film, Sylvester Stallone plays this mountain climber called Gabe. And the film opens with this kind of unfortunate accident where one girl falls down from the mountain, and then there's Michael Rooker's character that Michael Rooker plays, kind of blames Sylvester Stallone, this Gabe guy, about this accident. I have always hated that, that kind of like a forced drama, because I don't think it was at all Sylvester Stallone's fault. That is got nothing to do with Gabe. That lady would have fallen from that fucking rope. Even what Stallone would do, never mind what Stallone had done, he could have not saved that girl, and not everybody in that group could have saved that girl. And hey, why the fuck does this very amateur? I mean, she's not even a mountain climber. What the fuck is she doing up in the mountains? I wouldn't go there. Come on. I would never go mountain climbing. Not for $1 million. No way. No sir, that's not my thing. But never mind. Maybe I'm kind of stuck in this beginning. But okay, I know it was half a year goes by, and then Gabe comes back to the mountains and argues a little bit with the Janine Turner, his old girlfriend, and then enter Eric Quaylen, played by magnificent John Lithgow. He's running this kind of band of bank robbers who hijacked this Federal Reserve plane carrying like unmarked bills, like 10 millions or something. So, and these cases fall in the mountains, and they have this computer thing that they can track these cases where are they around the mountains, but they need mountain climbers to kind of like lead the way to the cases. And then they hijack these two guys, Gabe and Michael Rooker characters, and then it's gonna be like a Die Hard on the mountains. Yeah, okay, I don't know how many times I have seen Cliffhanger. I think it's somewhat classic, considered a classic here in Finland, because I think it's one of the better Rennie Harlin's films. Maybe not the best, maybe, but very close to being the best. I mean, I don't think it's the greatest film ever made, and it's a little bit silly all around, and somehow I find it very difficult to believe that these guys can walk over, in the mountains. They can walk like within 10 minutes to the other side of the mountains. Try that in real life. I think you will find it very, very difficult. And why is Stallone always the first one to arrive at the cases? Because he don't even have that tracking device. So how come Sylvester Stallone is always before this gang at the place of the cases? How would he even find them? I don't know. And what is this device even about? Like this monitor that can somehow see, it is seeing the 3D image, vector image of the mountain, formation, and beep, 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 point out where the cases are. I don't know what kind of technology is that, but maybe these are the things that are not to be, like taken too seriously, and not to be thinked so hard, because it's a movie. It's an action film. It's an entertaining action film, and I think John Lithgow does a very good bad guy role, and everybody in this film is pretty good. And I find it always funny that this gang of thugs, these people are evil. These are like comically overly, It makes me laugh because everyone in this gang is just pure evil. They're so mean and evil. Where the fuck is the money, bitch? you know, and the language is pretty foul in this film, and the action scenes are pretty good, and there is frequent action scenes, and they are pretty violent even after the MPAA cuts. They are pretty violent action scenes, and there's a lot of blood and brutal violence to go around. So, cannot complain. It's an entertaining action flick, very fast moving, good special effects, good action, and excellent cinematography. You know, it was shot in the Italian Alps or something. It is supposed to be set in the Rocky Mountains, but it was actually shot in Italy. But I think they are much more better looking mountains over there. And I have to just, you know, give compliments to Rennie and his team, because I can only imagine how difficult it is to shoot an action film in the mountains. Sure, they have used some green screen and some studio locations, and this one scene where this Rex Lynn is getting killed. You remember the scene where Sylvester Stallone jumps under the ice and pulls it. No, he shoots with this kind of mountain climbing weapon. And my point is that scene is very poor looking studio. Yeah. And Volunteer here in the chat says that soccer villain is way over the top. You're talking about Craig Fairbass. Yeah, in actual life, this guy is a soccer player, and it was kind of like a nod to that direction. So I think it's a very funny villain that too. And that black guy, man, god damn, he's very vicious. Yeah, I would rate Cliffhanger. I would rate it, for nostalgia reasons, I would rate it 4 stars. But let's call it weak 4 stars. You know, it's almost 3.5 stars. But yeah, like I said, it's a nostalgic film for me. Have seen it many times, and I cannot say that I never could complain if I didn't have good time watching it again. And the music also. Forgot to mention that music is brilliant also in this film. Yeah, you get the good picture of the music. But hey, now let's talk about the release, shall we? Which is here. Like I said, this is a Sony Pictures Entertainment Steelbook releases 30-year anniversary Steelbook. Let me fix this automatic focus for you. I don't know, I think I already did that, but no, I didn't. Yeah. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Yeah. All right. So let's take off this J card and explore the packaging. I think this is very good looking, 4K, very stylish, and nice. Inside there's nothing too special to mention. We have the some kind of background image there, nice looking background image here. Let's see the overall. Overall, very nice looking package. And here we have the 2 Blu-rays of the film. I mean, 1 Blu-ray and 1 4K Ultra HD. And yeah, these new scenes, which they advertised here, 17 deleted scenes, were also housed on this new 4K disc. And I think this is the older, the Blu-ray disc is same disc than was previously sold. So, first of all, the picture quality. I don't have any previous release in 4K of Cliffhanger. I do have the Blu-ray version. It's been pretty long time since I watched it, so I really cannot compare. I didn't watch it again, from there to there to compare it. But long time since I have last watched the Blu-ray, so I can only comment the 4K Ultra HD picture quality, and that is probably what you wanna hear. To put it simple, the picture quality is absolutely outstanding. I really like the presentation of the film on this 4K Ultra HD. The picture quality was amazing looking. You know, this film especially, Cliffhanger, is very visually stylish film. It was shot in the Italian Alps, so the scenery is amazing. And all the colors, the whites, the blacks, the greens, all these things, you know, they really do stand out. I have nothing bad to say about the picture quality of this film, and it includes Dolby Atmos, and I don't have the Atmos, but the 7.1 surround sound. It really brings up this, you know, this surrounding sound design, which is very great in this. Just listen to that scene where Craig Fairbass gets shot in the stomach. That like a gory sound effects which happen afterwards. That's amazing. Film has very good, you know, cinematography and very good audio design. I would rate it 5 out of 5 for both accounts. If you don't previously have this on 4K, I think you are in for a ride, in for a treat if you get this. Unfortunately for the Finnish watchers, this didn't include Finnish subtitles. I know this has been released by Studio Kanal in Finland. Was it universal release? But in Finland, but this one only includes English and French and Spanish subtitles. Yeah. But what about those deleted scenes? Okay. This says it includes 17 new deleted scenes with Stallone commentary. But yeah, this older Blu-ray disc includes the same extras than which have been also already presented since the DVD special edition. So nothing new there. Couple of cool documentaries, small documentaries, but I don't know. Not the best documentaries I have ever seen. And there's a bunch of deleted scenes, and Rennie Harlin explains the deleted scenes. But now, to the main point. Does this include the violence clips? No, it doesn't. These 17 new deleted scenes that are advertised here, they're a waste of time. They're not deleted scenes. They are like more like outtakes. You know, outtakes of, you know, scenes. For example, I remember there was like deleted scenes. Was it number 7 or something? It's then you know, title is Let's Go. So the scene is 3-second clip where John Lithgow says, "Okay, let's go." So that's not a deleted scene. It's an outtake. It's a trim, not a scene. But I was very disappointed in these deleted scenes, but at least they are in good quality. But there's nowhere to be found. Is there, you know, even a mention about these MPAA deleted scenes? For instance, when the film was released in theatrically, in the opening shooting scene in the airplane, there's like a couple of cool headshots. The pilot gets his brains blown on in a nice close-up, and this other guy gets shot so that the blood sprays in the ceiling of the aircraft. These shots in the final movie, they're pretty much trimmed. And other scene, you remember the scene where this one guy shoots this young airborne parachute guy, you know, these like, yo dude guys. One of them gets shot, and there's lots more bullet hits in that version. And then you remember the scene where John Lithgow blows away this girl, one of the terrorists, criminals. There's lots more bullet hits, and basically every shooting in this film has been shortened for the theatrical release. And one of the more stranger changes in the theatrical cut versus that original cut is the scene where this Rex Linn character gets killed. You know, Stallone shoots him 3 times from under the eyes. But in the original cut, it's not Stallone who shoots him. It's Michael Rooker. He's coming out of the forest and with a shotgun he blasts it 3 times in the chest of that guy. So I don't know what's going on with that scene. Was it like some change that Stallone requested? I don't know. Maybe, but I don't know what's behind that. But that I know that these scenes are not on this disc, so definitely a letdown on that account. But like I said, I didn't have this on 4K at all, so I'm not that, pissed off, because it's a great release, except for the, letdown about the extras. Picture quality, audio wise, and the film was great fun. It's a great film. Other than that, and yeah, the packaging is also very nice. So the release, technically 5 stars, 4 stars for the film, and for the release, I would really, for the release, I would rate it, 3.5 stars. A little bit let down, but I don't think we're gonna be seeing Cliffhanger in any better release. So I suggest you go to Amazon and order this bad boy out. So hey, what do you think about Rennie Harlin, and what do you think about Cliffhanger? Am I right? Is this Rennie's better one? Are you in the same page with me? Pretty quiet in the chat. Oh, is it so that I just don't see? I don't see every other chat. Litko is excellent in Cliffhanger, says Terskatti. 100% asshole. Magic69 says Rennie's best one, actually, in my opinion. Yeah. Maybe. I think Fort Phelan may be my favorite. But I'm a little bit undecisive. They're pretty even films for me. Oh my god, it's so my apartment is getting very hot. So, if not any questions, any comments, so I think I will move to the next Ultra HD film I want to talk to you about. Here we have Eddie Murphy. More Eddie Murphy for you guys. I already did Coming to America, and now it's time for Beverly Hills Cop. Yeah, a classic film from year 1984, directed by Martin Brest, and also obviously produced by Jerry Bruckheimer and Don Simpson, and starring Eddie Murphy, Judge Reinhold, John Aston, Ronnie Cox, Steven Berkoff, and Jonathan Banks, and yeah, great cast in this film. And this film, what is it about? Well, Axel Foley, he's a Detroit cop, and one day he gets a surprise visit from his old pal, and this pal is this scoundrel con guy, and he says proudly, "Hey, look what I got! I got some Deutschmark bear bonds in my back." And next thing you know, there's some thugs that mug up the Eddie Murphy character Axel Foley, and then they kill this Eddie Murphy's pal. So Axel Foley takes the law in his own hands and travels to Beverly Hills from Detroit to find out what's going on with this case. So basically, very simple cop story, and classic cop story, if I may say so. Kind of like a mystery thriller story. But also with that kind of like a twist with that, there's Eddie. This is an Eddie Murphy show, This is 100% okay, let's say 80% of Eddie Murphy shows. You know, Axel Foley clearly is the main character. He is the main driving force in this film. But I have to say that also Judge Reinhold and John Aston as like this Beverly Hills Cop duo, they are very, very good characters, and also their chief Ronnie Cox, very good character, and some guy called Gilbert R. Hill, which was in real life this kind of a commissioner. He plays commissioner here, and yeah, I really do like the the humor in this film. I really do like the language, the use of language. Man, why can't they swear like this in the movies nowadays anymore? It's motherfucker you, motherfucker this and motherfucker that. Why can't they just do that? Because that is entertaining. That is what makes the film. If this would be PG-13 or PG without any violence or swearing, I don't think it would have ever been a classic. But now it's a classic. It's very entertaining, very fast moving, like Cliffhanger, and lots of classic jokes in these films. In this film, and I have seen this like several times. I really don't know how many times I have seen it. But did you know that originally this film was made for Sylvester Stallone? It was written for not for Sylvester Stallone, but Sylvester Stallone got on board with Jerry Bruckheimer and Don Simpson. He said, yeah, I will do that, but let me do some changes in the story. And Sylvester Stallone added very much more action there. And also, so the budget went way too high for Paramount to take such a huge risk. I think originally it was $10 million, and then with Stallone additions it grew to $20 million. So the studio said, no, we are not gonna do this. And so Stallone took his ideas and he made a Cobra out of those ideas. And originally in this Beverly Hills Cop, Stallone changed the thing that he was gonna be, Beverly Hills Cop was gonna be, Axel Foley was gonna be nicknamed Detroit Cobra. Cobra from Detroit or something crazy like that. But yeah. And the music, you cannot mention Beverly Hills Cop. Okay, I'm holding Beverly Hills Cop 2 in my hand. Okay, Henry Iso, thanks for pointing this out. That is coming up next. But hey, Beverly Hills Cop 1. Oh my god, I'm stupid. Where was I? Yeah. Harold Faltermeyer's music. It's a classic. Classic synth pop soundtracks. And I remember when I was a kid back in the 80s, this song was frequently playing in Finnish radio. Axel Foley's theme. I think it's one of the signature movie tunes of the 80s. Gotta be. It's gotta be, right? Does it still hold up? Yes, it does. The film has a lot of great characters among Axel Foley, Steven Berkoff, the bad guy, and Jonathan Banks, the guy from the Breaking Bad series, is like the left hand of Steven Berkoff. Yeah, they're very, very intimidating bad guys. And also Ronnie Cox from RoboCop is also in this one. So you're gonna love it. Nice film. If you have not seen it, I think most of the people have got to have seen it. But yeah, Beverly Hills Cop. Any day I will rate it 4 stars. It's not a perfect film, but clearly it's a 4-star film. So there's not too much to show in this packaging. There's 2 discs inside, and that's about it. And funny thing about this film is that Beverly Hills Cop, the 4K, does not include Finnish subtitles for some reason. I don't know why. But Blu-ray does. And the Blu-ray includes all the extras. There was actually a couple of documentaries which were interesting about the making of the conception of Beverly Hills Cop, and also the making of, but none of these extras are new extras. They're lifted from DVD special edition, so usual Paramount stuff, so nothing too hefty to see here. So, but you probably want to also hear how does it look. Well, I gotta tell you, it looks very good. It definitely looks pretty good. The film was made in 1984, so there's gotta be some grain in the picture, obviously, but I think the colors are great, and this is pretty sunny film. They are in Beverly Hills, so it looks very shiny and sunny, as it's supposed to be. So, points to that. Probably Beverly Hills Cop has never looked this good than it looks on this 4K Ultra HD. No Dolby Atmos, but it includes Dolby Audio. So probably this is not that. It's not that action-heavy film. So I don't recall any cool surround effects in this film. Probably original it didn't include that many stereo surround effects. So. It was alright, audio was. But picture quality, I really do have to compliment. Picture is very sharp and colorful, so I will rate it 4.5 stars, the picture quality. Extras, okay, 3 stars, no new, but the ones that are on this disc, they are pretty good, pretty good. And the audio, it was okay. Packaging, nothing special, so 2 stars from that. But film, 4 stars, clearly, and one of the, I think Coming to America is a better film, but this is probably the film that most people know Eddie Murphy from. So what do you think about Beverly Hills Cop? Oh my god, I'm sweating. Hiya folks, says Lino Marchetti. Hiya Lino, yeah! Wasn't that a good welcome? Hey, first one is very good, feel good buddy movie. Indeed, very feel good movie. Did same composer do Fletch theme? It feels yes. Harold Faltermeyer did Fletch too, and Top Gun. Some of the music in Top Gun, and he's made a bunch of other music in other films. Oh man. Ten. Now I got the correct film. Beverly Hills Cop 2. So in 1987, Tony Scott took the helms of directing job of this film, and this was also produced by Jerry Bruckheimer and Don Simpson. And of course, Axel Foley is back. This time Axel Foley, surprise surprise, from Detroit, he comes back to Beverly Hills to find out what happened to the Gilbo, what was the character name of the Ronnie Cox cop character? Bogomil. Chief Bogomil. Because what happens to Chief Bogomil? He has been investigating these kind of like alphabet crimes. People are robbing places and, sending these alphabets for some reason. And cops are baffled what the hell is going on. But Bogomil is on a right track, and Bogomil gets shot. He's not dead, but he gets shot. So Axel Foley arrives to Beverly Hills again, and also meets his old pals, Judge Reinhold and John Aston, these guys, and also has to deal with the new, even more meaner police sergeant and stuff like that. So Axel Foley and Judge Reinhold and John Aston, they are, trying to solve this case, which leads them into a local gun club, and after this crime syndicate that is led by Jürgen Brunchnov. I don't probably pronounce his name that well, but he is running this crime gang, and also in this crime gang is also, of course, Brigitte Nielsen. Oh my god, the 180 centimeter hot blonde who was dating Sylvester Stallone back then. So there's a lot of to chew on this case, and this film includes a lot more action than the previous one, and it includes lots more cooperation with Judge Reinhold and John Aston by Axel Foley. So I think this chemistry in this film it works even better than in the first one. Clearly they took the first film and improved every aspect of it, and there's a danger when you do that. There's a danger that you overdo it. But I think this is very successful film. I think it follows the same path than the first one, but everything seems a little bit better. Everything seems a bit more thought after. And also there's a very strong supporting cast as well. There's also this guy, Dean Stockwell, who was also in David Lynch's Blue Velvet and bunch of other films. And Paul Reiser returns also from the first film. So it's a top billing cast. And as you know, Tony Scott, who was fresh directing, last film he directed was Top Gun, so he knows how to make action look very good and shots look very good. You know, the picture quality, every shot in this film looks very thought after. It feels very stylized, much more so than in the first film. So maybe this is a good segue to go to talk about the picture quality, because like this first one, this disc looks very, very good, but this film is even more colorful than the first one. So I think this looks even better. It's very sharp, very stylized, all these kind of gradients, they look great. And by gradient I mean this kind of filter what Tony Scott used to use, this kind of like a sky filter. I don't know what's the technical term, but you know, make the sky look like orange. So clearly there's some filter. The sky doesn't look like that, but Tony Scott doesn't care about the realism in his film. This, by no means, this film is a realistic film. The first one wasn't a realistic film, so this one is either. And also, I do think that Eddie Murphy is much more comfortable in his role in this one than in the first one, because 3 years had passed. I think he's much more experienced as an actor. When he was the Beverly Hills Cop, it was the film that nailed him as a superstar. So he has 3 years more experience of making this film, and he seems very much more. I don't say that he was bad in this one, no way, but in my opinion, he is even better in this one. Everything is better. That is that, to put it simple, everything is better in this sequel. I would have to rate this 4.5 stars. I really did enjoy watching it again. And hey, if you believe it or not, this was the first time when I got this Blu-ray box. The first time I ever seen this film. I was like when I was a kid, I was like yeah, sure, I have seen them. But then I got this old Blu-ray box, and then I started watching, and I was, motherfucker, I have never seen Beverly Hills Cop 2. And then I saw it, I was like, man, I'm stupid. How the fuck come I have never seen this film? I was mad as hell to myself. Okay, I was kind of exaggerating. Yeah, but coming back to Beverly Hills Cop, it's a lot of good fun, beautiful shots, good action, good humor, spot on. Maybe if I have to say something bad about this, maybe Jürgen Brushnov, which name I cannot pronounce, maybe he's not the best bad guy there ever was, but a small complaint. He's adequate for the film. But I think Brigitte Nielsen steals every shot she is in. And by the way, when Axel Foley goes to this gun club, do I see the walls of that gun club? Do I see that they are same tiles than Ridley Scott used in Blade Runner, in the the palace of this robot company? Maybe. It sure looked like to me when I was watching it. Lots of great side characters too. I was laughing my ass off when this one guy who's also in the Ford Fail, and I never remember his name, but I was laughing my ass off when he says, when they said, yeah, you got 15 parking tickets. You need to come downtown. We will put cuffs on you. You want to put cuffs on me? Come on, there's people outside with chainsaws. So you want to cuff me? Go put cuffs on those people with chainsaws. Who are these people with chainsaws? Hey, this film included okay, let me start over. So I really do love the inconsistency here. So in the first Beverly Hills Cop, we have Blu-ray and 4K disc here. And 4K on this one was not subtitled in Finnish at all, but the Blu-ray was. But here we only have one 4K disc, and this was subtitled in Finnish too. I really do love the inconsistency of Paramount. And hey, by the way, Paramount, hear the fuck out me. Now I will explain it to you. Fucking Paramount, listen to me, you motherfuckers. Why, oh why all you fucking discs, all Paramount discs, why you do not include resume? I know it does not come naturally with Blu-rays, and maybe not on 4Ks too, but DVD does that out of the box. But hey, Paramount, all your discs lack resume. If I push stop, or if I turn off the DVD Blu-ray player, 4K player, then I have to watch all the logos and make the language selections again. I mean, even the smallest labels, they can add resume to their discs. So why big company like Paramount, why they can do it? It is unreasonable to expect some film like Saving Private Ryan or Schindler's List that every time you watch it from on one standing. Most of the people need to do something else in between. They press stop and turn off the player, so it would be nice feature. Come on, year is 2023. Come on. You can do it, Paramount. You can make the discs resume. So what do you think, guys? Any opinions about Beverly Hills Cop 2? I have never seen any of the Beverly Hills movies, but I heard the theme thousands of times. Am I mad for not seeing the movies? No, I'm not mad. I'm furious. Magic 69. You're a one mad fellow. I don't know what is your movie preference, but if you do like 80s movies, I think Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2, these are mandatory viewing. Amen preach, says Lino Marchetti. And Magic 69 says, resume is for sissies. And Coop77, completely unrelated, but I watched Universal Soldier last night. It was much better than I remember. I think Universal Soldier is one of the better Van Damme films, and definitely one of the better Dolph Lundgren films. And definitely the best Ronald Emmerich film. That's for damn sure. Strictly Sega says Beverly Hills Cop 2 is actually my fave of the series. Yeah, hey, I forgot to mention in the review, but I think that, well, maybe you understood it, but I think Beverly Hills Cop 2 is better than the first one. One of these rare occasions where everything just works, everything just clicks better. Yeah, I think so too. And Tony Scott is a hell of a lot better action director than Martin Prest. Beverly Hills Cop 3. Don't even get me started on that, man. I saw it in cinemas. I even saw it in cinemas. Come on. I had the worst time ever. I was like angry. Okay, I have seen it again. It's not that terrible that I remembered, but it's pretty bad still. And funny thing happened when back here in Finland. I went to see that in the small theater, Sinola, the Beverly Hills Cop. We, with our friends, we were watching the film and we were, what the fuck is the matter with this film? Because for some reason the projectionist of the movie theater, he showed it open matte. So it was like 4:3 picture, and you could, in every shot, you could see the boom mic in the picture. We was like, what is this? Because back then we didn't understand what's going on. We didn't understand that this was a projectionist fault. We were thinking that, okay, this is so poorly made film. The boom mic is in everything. It is clearly visible and moving around. So, what? I would argue that that version was even better than that version was probably better than the film. I haven't seen Beverly Hills Cop since it was released, and I have absolutely no memory of it, but I can't believe all this praise. I just sort of assumed it has to be terrible. No, not at all, man. Well, Lino Machetti, I don't know your preference in movie either that well, but if you like 80s movies, man, check these out. I think you will like, if you like cop films, if you like crime films, if you like comedy films. If you don't like them, I am surprised. Volunteer says, I also saw Beverly Hills Cop 3 in theater and was very disappointed. Did I read that already? I like the action a lot, but I'm not a big fan of action mixed with too much intentional comedy. Arnold's one-liners are perfect amount of comedy for me. Okay, I see your point, but I don't mind. If comedy is good, I don't mind. I don't mind comedy. Sorry, I wanna stay, but I'm getting a bad connection. Okay, strictly Sega. Too bad. I will definitely rewatch. I even have the soft spot for Golden Child. Hey, Golden Child, I hope they will do 4K on that, because that's a strange film. That is very strange comedy with weird magic effects and very cool Harold Faltermeyer soundtrack. Very cool. Have you ever listened to it? Put it in YouTube after this and listen to the theme song. It's kick fucking ass, man. Alright, moving on to the final film of this evening, and another Eddie Murphy film, another 80s cop buddy film called 84 Hours, and another 84 Hours. 84 Hours was a film directed by Walter Hill, and it was released in 1983, and this was Eddie Murphy's first appearance in big screen. And in this film, Eddie Murphy plays this small-time criminal who is in prison, and Nick Nolte plays this cop who wants to nail these couple of psychos who have escaped from jail, played by James Remar and Sonny Landham, Billy from Predator. So Nick Nolte needs Eddie Murphy's help, and Eddie Murphy, Richie Hammond was his name. he has been bullshitted. He bullshitted this criminal gang, so he has hidden the money and waiting to get out of jail so he can live rich for the rest of his life. But these guys who he betrayed have another plans. They need the money. They need to see Eddie Murphy dead and also Nick Nolte dead because he is the cop who is trying to figure out where these guys are and try to nail them. So Nick Nolte goes to jail and finds this Reggie Hammond, and then they become partners. Very like a very conflicting partners, to say the least. I mean, this follows like the good tradition of, you know, like good cop, bad cop tradition. This kind of buddies that are completely different persons, but during the film, as the film goes on, they become friends and start to respect each other. And also, for this being Eddie Murphy films, there's a lot of vocal comedy, a lot of swearing, a lot of slurring in this film, and also pretty weird to hear these lines nowadays. But fortunately, Paramount is no Disney; they didn't censor this film, but Nick Nolte uses the N-word quite a few times on Eddie Murphy, and it's kind of like a funny to hear the N-word nowadays in a film, and said by a film's main character who is not a bad guy, but he says that to Eddie Murphy. But overall, Walter Hill, you know Walter Hill, the guy who directed also Warriors and Extreme Prejudice and Last Man Standing. I think he has done like 30 films. Pretty productive film director and mostly connected with his action stuff. And while this is not a pure action film, I think this would be more like an action comedy thriller. But the action scenes that are here, they're okay, nothing too special, but I think the main attraction in this film is the chemistry between Eddie Murphy and Nick Nolte. I think Beverly Hills Cop is a lot better film than 48 Hours, but I kind of have a soft spot for this because this is like a very old-fashioned film that they really don't make anymore. You know, fists fly, bullets fly, words fly, they works, you know, classic action, in good and in bad, like they used to make it back in the day in Hollywood. The picture quality, I have to say that usually I give compliments, but I really cannot, you know, compliment this picture quality. I don't know what happened. These are basically these are from same period, 48 Hours. And also, this was from year 1984. So how come this picture quality is so much worse in this 48 Hours? Many times I was watching it, I was thinking that I honestly can't tell if this is a Blu-ray. This looks like a Blu-ray. You know, very few shots in this film. You know, like these wide shots where the San Francisco is shot beautifully. They look sharp, but every time we're inside and, you know, this like close-ups, they look very flat. This scene, very unsharp, very Blu-rays. Sure, there's a lot of there's some of the Dolby Vision enhancement here and there, but I gotta tell you that pretty disappointing 4K. But like I said, this is so much more better. This Beverly Hills Cop. This really looks like a 4K with Dolby Vision, and this looks like a upscale from Blu-ray with some Dolby Vision thrown in. I really can't tell. Are there like two teams in Paramount who are doing this disc, or what's going on here? I don't know. Yeah, I would rate 48 Hours 3-star film, and then also add here that this disc, unlike the Finnish disc, to my knowledge, does not include the Walter Hill interview, which is included with both films. it's a different interview. It's a pretty interesting interview. 20 minutes. Walter Hill talks about his career in movie making and stuff like that. How they made 48 hours and stuff like that. And also, like Beverly Hills Cop, this also includes the iconic music by James Horner. And I don't know how many times James Horner has, copied himself. If you have listened to soundtrack of 48 hours, another 48 hours, Commando, Red Heat, listen to these films. The theme songs in all these films, they look so similar. All made by James Horner. I don't know what he told the producer. He thought, yeah, I made some new music. Listen to this. Okay, this sounds exactly like the previous one. Yeah, it's great. I don't know. And one more thing about the 48 hours. Hey, this is the real cover. This is the original artwork. I have the Finnish VHS over here with good Molo covers here. And hey, why do you have used these boring Photoshop covers when you have this great cover? Also, the re-release of this, it's edited so that Eddie Murphy is like holding only the fist like that. The middle finger has been drawn over. But this is why they couldn't use it. I understand it's a middle finger there, so they couldn't use this original artwork, but this is what you want to see, right? So 48 Hours came in year 1990 and also directed by Walter Hill and also produced by Gordon Carroll and was it Joel Silver too? Well, anyway, 48 Hours is pretty much the, kind of like a same thing than the first one. Eddie Murphy is still in prison, still missing his money, and Nick Nolte needs Eddie Murphy's help in order to catch this Iceman, the mysterious criminal mastermind who is doing jobs around the town. And also Nick Nolte has been searching this guy for years or something, and apparently this Iceman, he's trying to ice Eddie Murphy. He's hiring some motorcycle maniacs, these hard guns to, kill Eddie Murphy. So Nick Nolte goes to jail, and once more Eddie Murphy and Nick Nolte, they are like very hateful to each other in the beginning, but as the story unfolds, they are becoming friends once again. It's a complicated plot, but the main problem, the main thing to understand here is that there's this motorcycle gang. They want to kill Eddie Murphy, and Nick Nolte, they try to find out who is this mysterious Iceman. I used to watch the shit out of this film because this was shown in Finnish television back in the day, and I remember recording it, and I remember enjoying this film quite a lot. And back then we didn't have too much films to choose from, so I remember watching this a lot of times. In that point that I even got bored with it, like, oh man, I have seen this like a million times. Why I want to watch it again? But now I watch it again, and I do think that the sequel is a little bit better than the original one, because here too the chemistry is better, and also I think this film knows a little bit more what it's about. It's like a sort of like almost like a remake of the first one. And everything is better. Action is better. There's more action. And I think Andrew Divoff and the other bicycle guy in this film, they are doing very good bad guy roles. And also, as supporting characters, we have in this film, we have also Brian James from Blade Runner. So it's a top billing cast of badasses of the era. like I said, I think I like this a little bit more than the first one, but I wouldn't raise this as a masterpiece either. This film, it's okay. It's okay, and a little bit. I have a little bit overwatched this. Let's call it that. But watching it again, I did not complain. It was fun time, and James Horner music sounds exactly the same than in the first one. And on the extra side, on Blu-ray, we have the Walter Hill interview. This, by the way, this double edition includes 2 4K discs and 2 Blu-rays here. Walter Hill interview, and for the price of $27, I think this was a good deal. And you get this nice slipcover on it as well. So, any opinions about 48 hours? Do you like Beverly Hills Cop more, or are there somebody who likes 84 hours and another 84 hours even more? Whew. Damn. I'm so happy 84 hours is not a Disney movie. No, it's not. I don't think Disney would have released it. Or if this would come out on Disney Plus, I think they would have to censor out a lot of things there. Off the topic, but would you recommend Bad Boys for Life? Just starting on finished it. I have never seen it. Is it coming out of TV? I have never seen it. Nick Nolte's character has pretty much all the cliches of 80s B-movie cop. It's a very cliched film, you could call it that. Very cliched buddy film, but it works. I can't even remember when was the last time I saw 48 Hours, says Volunteer. Well, are you gonna watch it again? Asport says, I definitely prefer Beverly Hills, but that could also be because I have not watched 84 Hours for a while. Well, hey, now is your chance. And hey, forgot to mention, I think 48 Hours, another 48 Hours, the picture quality is equally as unimpressive than in the first one. I'm sorry to report that. Lots of time I was thinking, but that am I watching Blu-ray? I don't feel the greatness here. That is my technical assessment. But when watching these, never I had that feeling. These were 4K, bona fide 4Ks. Volunteer says, I really should watch them both again. Yeah, maybe you should. Maybe you should. Yeah, hey, these were my films for today. Hopefully I get the Vinegar package next week, but I wouldn't count on that because, you know, it's Juhannusviikko. I don't think the package can arrive before Friday. And if it doesn't, then it's gonna be next week. But I will most definitely talk with you when the package arrives. Okay, where this was this? No, probably this was in Cliffhanger. So, if there's no any questions, I will leave you and go watch the Bad Boys for Life. I probably will watch today. Today is the day I will watch Rocky 4. Yes, this is Rocky 4 on 4K Ultra HD, including the original cut and the director's cut. The last time I watched Rocky 4 was when I was watching the Sylvester Stallone new version. It was shown in cinemas for one time. I saw that. So now I'm gonna be going back for theatrical release, and I will check out the Stallone cut. I will watch them back to back. Yeah, It includes director's cut and the theatrical. Also included a Rocky vs. Drago Stallone Masterful reshapes Rocky 4 Ultimate director's cut also included. So includes the both versions. Let's check out inside the Rocky 4, yeah, and Rocky 4 Rocky vs. Drago. So basically these are two different films served on one Ultra HD disc. Hey, I think so too. Theatrical is better. But I will give my opinion some other day. But right now, hey, I thank you for watching the show. And now it is time for me to quit, not quick, to quit. Asport is gonna be watching Bad Boys.
Hell yeah, alright.
Hell yeah, alright. Bye bye guys, until the next time, and if I don't see you, happy Juhannus for everybody. Bye bye.
Video, 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 space. Video talk, talking video talk, we're 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 talking video talk, talking video talk, we're talking video talk,
Yeah.
we're talking video talk.
Bitch, we're talking with our boy Willie. You know he's got the shit. He's dancing real hard. I know you'll never get sick of it. He's got that tee on, got that long sexy hair. You know he's about to take his shirt off, his abs so bare. He's got a six-pack. They call him Suburban Commando. He's a big motherfucker and he's dropping it low. He's about to slap that ass, baby, about to slap it so hard. You ever seen this motherfucker running naked through your backyard? Video talk, bitch, we're talking video talk. Get your video talk. You best subscribe. You best subscribe or die. You best subscribe or dive to video talk.